folks, welcome back and happy semifinal Friday. It's May 2nd and the Banditos are getting set to take on the Vancouver Warriors. We got a big matchup in the semifinals. It won't be easy against them, but we got a lot of ideas and a lot of concepts to make it happen and, of course, to continue this quest for the three-peat. So let me get my PIC, my partner in crime, the Dane to my Josh in here. Gatesy, how are we doing on this Friday morning, about to come afternoon, sir?
I mean, it feels great. We got playoff lacrosse tonight in Buffalo. Like, what more could you ask for on a beautiful Friday?
Gatesy, you said it perfectly. Playoff lacrosse. And I got to tell you, Gatesy, playoff lacrosse moves fast, and so does the team at Cellino Plumbing and HVAC. If your home needs help, go to a team that moves just as quickly. From emergency plumbing repairs to HVAC tune-up, Cellino is always ready. No waiting, no hassle, just fast, reliable service from a team you can trust. Call today and experience that championship level care. Gatesy, it was championship level care that allowed us to be at this point, because there are not a lot of teams, I think I can count them one, that can survive a NLL playoff game where they do not reach double digits, where they do not score in the second half, and it is your 2024-2025 Buffalo Bandits. They find a way to grind it out. I said to Don as we were sitting in the seats, thanks to Cellino for setting us up last week with the seats as well. I was like, oh my God, are they going to do this with about 8 minutes left? It was 5-3. I go, could they possibly hold them off all the way and not score in the second half? History, Gatesy, but kind of a sheepish side of history to be on.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd have told us last week that, that's how we lead the show off, where the Bandits don't score more than 10 goals, don't get to double digits, they don't score in the second half, I think we'd have a pretty somber episode here, pretty upset that the quest for the three-peat came to a close, but the Buffalo Bandits found a way to win. I mean, I think all of our episodes so far, Maniac, we've talked, is the defense going to show up when the time comes in the playoffs? Is that going to happen? Are they going to be able to help when some of their big scoring guys are injured? When it's a one playoff game, are they going to show up? They did. That was one of the craziest lacrosse games I've ever seen, just from a standpoint of there were just minimal scoring all around, but God bless Matt Vince and those old bones, because we're still playing lacrosse today.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. I'd say the biggest window of superior, awesome play that kind of saved the Bandits was probably the first quarter. Yeah. Easily could have been, like the Bandits had a good start too, but easily could have been 3-2 in San Diego's favor. But instead, obviously, Matt Vince stands tall, is able to hold them at bay, and they're able to survive and move on. So with that said, obviously, we start to look towards Vancouver. They got Christian Del Bianco in goal, a perennial league MVP candidate. Last time, this was a game that got down to it. Very crazy ending in Banditland last time. We had a penalty where we kind of lost the lead at the end and then couldn't scramble to come back. Where do you go into this matchup, and what's your focus going into this one against the Warriors?
I mean, it's just goal scoring, which is a crazy thing to talk about with the Buffalo Bandits on finding the back of the net. But with some of the injuries they've had up front, guys might not being at 100%, it's playoff time. What's the goal scoring going to look like for the Bandits? They proved they could shut things down defensively last game in the playoffs. Now is that offense going to be what we've seen all season, where they could basically score at will? That's going to be the big thing this weekend. You talked about the goaltending on the other side. So we'll see. Maniac, I know how you feel about going this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you're going against a goaltender like that, I think you have got to find, this is kind of like a Rob Ray-ism.
Yes.
So pardon me if I'm about to say, you got to find a way to find the back of the net early, because after you just didn't score for a whole half, you can't let their defense, you can't let the Vancouver scheme. Vancouver coach, also very acclaimed. I don't know his name, but I was able to talk with our future guests here, Josh Byrne and Dane Smith, about the Vancouver coaching staff and everything. Off the record, and yeah, they gave them a lot of credit. They said they expect a lot of scheming and a lot of ways to try and take those two away, especially. So if I'm John Tavares, if I'm, this Bandit squad, I'm trying to figure out a way to score early, to take Vancouver out of that comfort zone of their defense, not let them get settled in, not let them get locked in, and then just kind of keep them uncomfortable for that full 60 minutes. But speaking of uncomfortable for full 60 minutes, we're going to take a couple of minutes away and welcome in a segment we were able to do with former MVPs Dane Smith and Josh Byrne. Let's bring them on, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes. The Bandito spot where we cover all things with your Buffalo Bandits. I'm here with two guys who do not need an introduction. I might as well be an MVP sandwich for all that's concerned. Dane Smith, Josh Byrne. Guys, we're coming off a great quarterfinal win over San Diego, obviously with Vancouver on deck. How are we feeling about that win over San Diego? Tight battle, Dane.
Yeah, it was amazing. I kind of feel like our defense could have played a little bit better.
What the hell was Vink doing back there?
Yeah, I mean, 5-4, what's going on? No, in all seriousness, I felt like it was going to be a battle like that, and we're just looking forward to the next chapter.
Josh, obviously, again, I know you two pride yourself on filling up the scoreboard, but in a game like that, it's got to feel good learning new ways to win.
Yeah, it's obviously, for an offense, it's pretty frustrating. But at the end of the day, you got to tip your cap to San Diego. They have a great D, great goalie. Unfortunately, ours is better. So we're pretty thankful for V and all the boys, bailing us out there.
Seriously, no bailout needed this weekend coming up against Vancouver. Obviously, you guys are excited about that. It was a great season, though. All season, we looked at the talk for the three-peat. We had the resurgence parties. Dane, has this season, in a weird way, with all of the, hype going into it and the hype throughout the banner-raising ceremony, everything, has it kind of been like one of the longest professional seasons of your career?
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster over a year. Everybody, there's so much talk about the three-peat and whatnot. We've kind of focused game by game, and it's one of those things. We started off so well, and then we went through our struggles, and then it was just win-loss, win-loss. So it's one of those years that's been a little bit difficult, I guess you could say, but playoff time's the best time of year, and we're excited to be here.
December, it was like a bye week every other week. There was no time to really get into a rhythm, Josh. Now it seems like everyone's locked in, laser focused. It's been a hell of a season.
Yeah, and it's easy to look back and be like, we started off the season so hot, but, we were pretty healthy at the beginning of the season. 10 weeks in a row, 12 games. Guys are a little bit banged up, and, it's just more about finding ways to win, and I think we're doing a good job of that.
Obviously, Coach JT, you guys are going to find a new way to win against Vancouver, and you're going to have to do it twice this weekend in the semifinals coming up. What's the biggest plan for you, or biggest plan of attack for you going into that series, Dane?
Yeah, you know what, taking it game by game, because we can't look forward to Sunday. We have a game Friday. Obviously, home field advantage, we've earned it, so we're looking forward to obviously playing in front of 19,000 fans, but just shift by shift. I feel like when you get into the semis and the finals, it's the top teams, and it comes down to the little battles, the loose balls, and power play and penalty kill. So we want to be sharp, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
You said it, Banditland's obviously going to have your back. How big is it to get another playoff game in front of that home crowd before you even go on the road?
It's huge. It's huge. Any time that we play in front of Buffalo, it's like having a six-man out there. Any type of momentum that we get, you can really feel the energy in that building, and I know the other team can too. So, we're super grateful to be able to play in front of Buffalo and to see how much support that they've really given us. So, we're looking forward to Friday.
I know you guys are very much like this train. Lacrosse never stops in your season, whether it's summer, spring, fall, anything like that. With that said, the NLL season will eventually end. What are you looking forward to most this offseason, this summer?
I'd probably say golfing. I got to work on my golf game. There's always something I can work on. That being said, I'm a little bit better than this guy. So
he's way better. I don't know. I don't know, but a little bit better. But I'm kind of with you. Getting some time to relax, golf a little bit more. Spend some time with the wife and the pups will be nice, and enjoy a Buffalo summer will be good.
Nothing better than a Buffalo summer. But first, we're taking down Vancouver this weekend. It's only 3 words. Let's go Banditos. Catch up with Josh and Dane there. Obviously, outstanding talking with our boys. Gatesy, it seems like, it's like if you could have checked in with Frodo and Sam right as they were climbing Mount Doom in Mordor. They've done a lot of it. That they've gone on a lot of the journey, but there's still a lot of work in front of what they got to do these next couple weeks.
I mean, that's the beauty of all of the games they've played, all of the experiences they've had the past couple of years and their long careers as well, as they know what it takes to get through round 2, to get to the finals, to win a championship. It doesn't happen after just one win in round 1. They know they have plenty of work to do. And I think Banditland is in for a treat tonight, Maniac.
I think they are in for a treat. I think they'll be rocking for sure. And I think Banditland will kind of take it on themselves after a second half where you don't score. Yes. They know that it's going to be important for them to come out and set the tone. They know it's going to be important for them to come out, kind of have an effect on Vancouver early. Speaking of which, role players stepping up. Obviously, we had your guy Ian McKay stepping up last time. I think we're in for some playoff Deoga tonight. He was looking a little frisky last game. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he put up a hattie tonight. But role player wise, are you sticking with your guy Mickey, or who are you going with for tonight?
I'll stick with Mickey. I love the Nana coach out. He just every time he plays, I feel like he should score 1,000,000 goals, and I feel like I watch him score 1,000,000 goals. But I check the score sheet, and he only has a couple. He is such an impact player when he's out there. So when you have a ton of eyes on Josh, on Dane, you need these guys to step up. I think we're going to see that tonight, and hopefully we can see more than just 5 goals hit the back of the net, Maniac.
I think we will see more than 5 goals hit the back of the net. Real quick, as we just wrap up this episode, game day here, getting ready to take on the Vancouver Warriors. I always thought, and I've been saying, it was, the disadvantage of the playoffs was that last week if they had lost, they would go home. Do you still feel that now, or I feel this way, but do you feel that it's an advantage to have a best of 3 for the Banditos?
I mean, 100%. We look at last year where they go into overtime round one. One shot goes by, the season's done. There's no quest for a two-peat, no quest for a three-peat. They survived round one. I thought it was going to be a scary matchup going into it. San Diego already walked into Banditland earlier in the year and won. Buffalo found a way to survive. That's all they needed to do. Now, best of 3. If you have an off night, your season's not done after one game. You have a chance to be the better team, win 2 out of the 3, and move on to the finals.
Yeah, Vancouver, obviously. I mean, listen, San Diego came into Banditland and won. Vancouver came into Banditland and won. So in a way, the Bandits going to kind of exercise their regular season demons here on their way to a 3-peat. I guess there's no more poetic way to have the quest continue, Gatesy, than that. With that said, any final shout outs before we sign off here? Obviously, we are 7 hours and 25 minutes till first face off, but I can't wait to see the Milkman out there and hopefully a strong start for the Banditos.
Yeah, I mean, there's no atmosphere like Banditland, and there's no atmosphere like Banditland in the playoffs. It's going to be rocking there tonight. If you're going, enjoy your time, have fun. Maniac. I mean, how often can we, as Buffalo sports fans, be the favorites to win a championship? Let's enjoy it. Let's come together as a city, and let's cheer on our Bandits.
Yeah, let's change the mantra about Buffalo. Let's change the tempo. Let's change the tone. And the Bandits are doing that: one game, one quest, one championship at a time. Let's root them on. Let's get off to a strong start tonight. And obviously, it's 3 words. Let's go Banditos.